culture. I don't know what it is. Of course, from the feminine perspective, we have the 2, which is the helper. 2, 4, 6 may be the feminine ways in our society, which is kind of like the mother, the romantic, and the loyalist. Right? That's more feminine types. But in regards to competency, in corporate America and things like that, these 3 things are very important. Right? Improving, succeeding, and solving. And I know for me, I was raised by predominantly by these 3 things. Do better, achieve more, and be the smartest.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Any questions on any of these? Just a quick breakdown of my harmonic mapping. This is a pie chart of that. And it's pretty well rounded. If you figure these percentages out, I'm pretty well rounded in a lot of these.
So you're saying that everybody has some of these, confident, the optimist,
Yeah,
and the pessimist?
each one, these are the 9 types. So if I break down the 9 types, see, I put them into the blue groups. That's number 1, that's number 3, that's number 5, for instance. These are the competent types. And depending upon what I had answered for the questions for each one of those, that's the percentages I had. So if you add those 3 percentages up, that would be my total number of competency percentage.
So you're saying when you did not what we did, that just those 2 things, you went through the whole thing.
Yes.
And that's how you broke down.
Exactly. Yeah, the one that I have on my website has 20 questions for each one of the 9 types. So depending upon how many of that is, that works out to be a percentage of the whole.
Oh, okay.
See? So that's the way these percentages are figured out. And if you do the one on my website, it will automatically figure all that out for you and display the pie chart for you in person. Okay. This is called the process of integration and disintegration. And it's the direction each type moves toward when serene or stressed. So when they're serene or stressed, when they are in their element, in harmony, so to speak, or when they're stressed out. And I'm going to show you that, just what I mean in a second. Each number has 2 numbers, in the Enneagram diagram that it connects with. For instance, type 1 connects with type 4 and type 7. So in the process of disintegration, in other words, when the 1 is under pressure, when they're under stress, they move towards a 4 point. In other words, they start to become depressed. They start to exhibit the negative qualities of the 4. They become melancholic, for instance, or depressed. And the 4 under stress will become a people pleaser at number 2. See how this works?
Yeah.
So instead of being the artistic, self-expressive type, they might start becoming a people pleaser and to try to keep a mate in their lives, for instance. Doing whatever the mate wants in order to keep that mate. That's what the 4 will do. They'll lose themselves in that process. The 2 under pressure will get very angry and resentful after all they've done for somebody and become angry like an 8. Did you see Fatal Attraction? The woman in that is a 2 moving towards an 8 point, raging out because she's not being treated with the love that she. Well, I mean that's an extreme example of obviously. But, that's what's going on. The 2 is moving to the 8 point. They're getting very angry because they're not getting, their due. The 8 under pressure moves to a 5 point. They start to become, instead of the assertive types that they normally are, they start to withdraw and go into their thinking mode, back into their heads. They're not, and they're normally very active people, the 8s. So for an 8, you know, that's...
But when they're serene?
No, this is disintegration. This is when they're angry.
Oh, when they're, okay.
Right. All of these, they're moving towards these points when they're under stress.
Gotcha.
So, and I'm going to show you the other one in a minute. 5 under stress gets crazy, like a beautiful mind, right? Just all over the field, scattered. Right? That's exactly what happened in that movie. Right? He just became crazy, too focused on, and under stress, moved to that 7 craziness. And these aren't the higher qualities of the 7. Remember, this is the lower qualities of the 7. Right? They all are when they disintegrate. And the 7, under duress and stress, moves to the 1 point. They start to become perfectionistic, which is totally out of character for 7. You know, they start to feel that shame and remorse and hyper, what do you call it, inner judge that the 1 feels, always trying to do the right thing. You know, which is actually, you know, integrating that would be good for a 7, but you know, the way that the 7 does it under stress is not a good thing. They shame themselves. The inner circle is the inner triangle is just those 3 points connected. The 3 under stress becomes a couch potato. Okay, the 9, that's the piece. So the 9 under stress becomes very anxious, like a 6, very safety conscious and scared. Right? The 6 under stress becomes an achiever and tries to do more, you know, to make up. Because I'm not loyal enough. I'm not doing enough. I got to do more.
They will go in reverse.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. That's the process of integration.
No, that's when they're happy, when you're serene.
Right.
Okay, when I'm stressed, I go from 2 to 4.
Okay.
And I think it's still the same connection, but it's just in reverse.
Okay. That's interesting.
I get very creative, very creative, go to start making stuff.
Okay, maybe that's the way you take out your assertive energy. By doing. Because the 8 is a doer, too.
Very internal kind of.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to clean the house.
No, it's usually like making like quilts and
Oh, okay.
odd things.
All right. Well, again, you know, you don't really know your topology yet because you haven't taken the in-depth one.
But see, it's interesting, it's connected still between 2 and 4 in a reverse way.
The 6, you might be 6-ish, okay? 6-ish is very loyalist. It's very much like a 2. 2 and 6 get confused a lot.